Uh, Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the course of land reclamation. This is the second part, and I am Dr. Anwar Ali, Professor of Soil and Water Science Department, and this is my photo. I'm sorry that giving the lecture online due to Corona pandemic. I will start my lecture by a general introduction. A definition of land reclamation is a process of converting barren soil or barren land into arable land. On other way, it can be defined as the land reclamation is introducing the soil into agricultural productivity. These include some infrastructure like building a road and electricity and some other infrastructure usually needed with land reclamation. The importance of the soil in agriculture, we have five points should be taken in your consideration. The first is soil support and fix the plant. The forces of friction between the root of the plant and the particle of the soil work to stabilize the plant standing in the natural position. The second point is supplying the nutrients necessary for plant growth. We have actually 16 essential nutrients. We have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, and sulfur. Usually carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, the plant gets them from the water and air, and these elements are form about 90% of the dry matter of the plant. The plant obtains the other 13 elements, which is potassium, calcium, magnesium, until for sulfur. The plant obtains them from the soil. Then we have 3 elements. The plant absorbs them from the air and water, and 13 from the soil. So the soil supplies the plant by 13 nutrients. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, called usually the soil has deficiency of them, so the farmers usually add a fertilizer to support the plant with the nutrient. However, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur are usually present in a sufficient quantity in most land. The previous element usually called macronutrient because the plant need them in high quantity. The 7 other remaining elements like manganese, iron, zinc, copper, boron, molybdenum, and chloride called micronutrient because the plant need them in a smaller quantity. They are important, but the plant need them only in a small quantity. Number 3, providing the water need of the plant. Generally, the plant need about 500 units of the water to produce 1 unit of dry matter. If you want to produce 1 kilogram of dry matter of the plant, then you need 500 kilogram of water. Only 1% of the water used to make the plant body and the remaining is lost by evapotranspiration. Imagine only 1% enter to the plant body, and the 99% lost by evapotranspiration. Of course, climatic conditions such as temperature and relative humidity, wind speed, play a main role to speed the amount of water loss. The fourth point is providing the plant oxygen needed. The plant usually need oxygen for the root, because the root make a respiration processes. So the plant takes the oxygen from the soil. As you know, between the soil particles there is a pore. This pore either filled by water or air. So the air on the soil is used by plant roots. The fifth point is a plant should be free from the growth inhibiting factor. Like what? Like high salinity, alkalinity, excess acidity, presence of toxic substance, and organisms causes diseases. High salinity, as you know, the salinity in the soil has adverse effect on the ability of the plant to absorb water necessary for their growth, due to the increase of osmotic pressure of the soil solution. Of course, the soil solution, if there is salinity, the osmotic pressure of the soil solution increases, and the ability of the plant to absorb water become less. The presence of hard pan, sometimes there is an impermeable hard pan layer on the land, embedded the spread of the roots, plant root, of course, as well as the permeability of the water and the spread of undesirable anaerobic condition. The presence of hard pan led to unfavorable condition or anaerobic condition. In this case, it is necessary to use a deep plowing to break the layer and add organic matter to improve the soil structure. The third point is the shallow groundwater level. If you have a shallow groundwater level near to the surface, this leads to the limit the speed of root, like a hard man. Furthermore, the salinization of the land is occurred due to the water rises to the surface by capillary action, and then water evaporates, leaving the salt to be accumulated on the surface. Okay? In this case, it is necessary to improve drainage condition to reduce the groundwater level to 1.5 to 2 meter to overcome the resulting problem. So if you have a shallow groundwater, you have to construct a drain to get rid from the excess water and get it away from rhizosphere. Free from pathogenic organisms. Some organisms cause plant disease such as fungi, insects, and nematode. You can control it by pesticide or other any method of controlling pests. Properties and problem of soil under reclamation. There is some general problem may face during reclamation processes. This problem, the first one is the lack of available water resource. I have a question here. Which is the most important factor, or what is the limiting factor on land reclamation, on planting in general? Is the water is is important factor, or soil? If you have this question, which is considered the most important limiting factor in cultivation, water or soil? Hmm? Yeah, I'm hearing a student saying that the water is the most important. Yes, you are correct. Why? Because you can plant without soil, but you cannot able to plant without water. So if you for example, if you look to the Egypt map here, you will see that all the area of Egypt are desert, with exception the areas around Nile River and Delta. Why here? Because there is a fresh water of Nile water. Here is no available fresh water, so all of land here are desert, a huge desert here. But if you have a fresh water, or any source of fresh water, rainfall or river or groundwater, you can easily cultivate most of the land here in the western and eastern desert, with exception of a rocky area. So the key factor for planting is the water. So the most problem face people during cultivation processes is the lack of available water resources. The second one is high percentage of salts, especially in the arid and semi-arid region, high sodium percentage, high percentage of lime, calcium carbonate, the limited ability of the soil to hold water and nutrient, like sandy soil, the high percentage of gypsum, like gypsiferous soil, contain rock, a rocky area, and this not easy to cultivate actually. Uneven surface, then distance from urbanization and lack of services, road and electricity. So these the most important point you may face during cultivation processes. I will take you to another topic. This is soil types. We have actually 5 soil types. The first one is a clay soil. The second, calcareous soil, sandy soil, gypsiferous soil, and organic soil. The first 4 soil usually found on arid and semi-arid region. Here in humid, organic soil usually found on uh, humid area. I will make a skimming for each type. Just I will give you a hint for each type of soil, and we will explain each type in a separated lecture. Uh, so I hope to be understand this part. I will go with you to the second part. Thanks for attention.